So today we're going to be replacing our Rhino pin box on our Brinkley 3610. We decided to go with Gen-Y. Two reasons. I think it's one of the better suspension style hitches, and the second reason, it is one of the approved hitches for Brinkleys. If you call in with your Brinkley serial number, they will give you the part number you need, whether you want the fifth wheel plate style or if you want the gooseneck style. We're going still with the fifth wheel plate. We like the fifth wheel style, but we got the part number right from Brinkley. Ordered it through Gen-Y, and I'm going to go through unboxing and then go through how to install it. So this is how the 4.5K Gen-Y would show up. With Brinkley's, they do have the part number picked out already because they've done testing specifically with Gen-Y to figure out which hitches should be approved. So that one's easy. For the rest of the campers that want to go to Gen-Y, you would just weigh your camper, get your pin weight, and then once you have your pin weight, the website or the Gen-Y reps are super helpful to figure out which part number hitch you actually need. So this is what will show up. We ordered new bolts with it too. Yeah, it's the wrong knife, but so it should show up on a pallet like this. This is our bolt kit, so it should just be just lock nuts and galvanized hardware, it looks like, or coated hardware of some type for the hitch itself. Then if you order just the hitch because you want to reuse your hardware, ours is coated, so I didn't want to risk wrecking a nut or something with the coating and then having to try to fight that back and forth. So if you get just the hitch, it is in this box. Okay, so if they build a hitch half as good as they staple a box shut, it should be a pretty decent product. So once you fight your way through that, it is just some span of foam and a hitch. Pretty straightforward. Well, I would show you, but it's 100-some pounds. So yeah, packaged pretty good. We'll just get this lifted out of here and probably first remove the old hitch. So removing the hitch itself, is pretty straightforward. Guess I should have moved this trip hazard when we started. It's just 5 bolts on the Rhino hitch, and you access them from inside the frame here. And that's why I wanted to get new hardware. You can see the coating and the steel really galled up our bolt there. So wouldn't be a bad idea, especially if your trailer comes painted frame, to get a new new hardware with this. So one thing I want to point out before I switch over, they welded the nuts to the inside of the Rhino box, which is pretty handy. I was worried about that because you can't access the inside with your wrench because there's a plate welded in there. But so that makes it pretty easy. I'm just going to zip these last 2 out and then do the other side, and we'll get it lowered down. So there's only one more bolt holding this in, but 2 things I want to talk about quick before I take this out. The first thing is, with the Rhino box, I talked about how nice it is they welded the nuts to the inside, so it's captive instead of having to, it's captured instead of having to put a wrench on it. The other thing you should do, just for reference, I haven't looked at the instructions too much because that's my style, but just for reference, I want to know the height of this. So in the campground we're sitting at, it's 51 inches to that plate. Obviously, I'm going to try and put it back in the same spot. I know with the suspension and stuff, the measurements might be different, but I want to know for myself that it's 51 inches so that next time when I put it on, I have something to reference to. Take that one out.
Oh, you want me to do this?
Yeah.
Is it already ready to go?
Should be.
Ta-da!
So the Rhino box is going to be a lot lighter than the Gen-Y. Keep that in mind. You might be able to lift the Rhino box down, but the Gen-Y is going to be a lot heavier. With the Gen-Y hitch, it's a lot heavier than the Rhino. The weight on the truck portion, the weight on the camper when you're in tow is going to be the same. No difference. It should be negative weight anyways, but the head portion, having the torsion and everything, is much heavier. So you need something to set it on that rolls, preferably. Being at a campground, I have my golf cart, so that seems to be working. If you're at home, cherry picker, forklift, something else convenient like that, or make the dealer do it, I guess. So I got it about to the height. I'm going to rotate it so I can get one bolt in. Once I have that, I can go get the hitch stand and then move it up down with a threaded hitch. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. So after getting all the bolts put in, used all 6. I ended up setting it in basically the same position as the Rhino box. This is designed to replace a Rhino box, so all the dimensions and things should be close. It's basically all the way up. If it has to go up any higher, I will do that in the truck. I have a B&W hitch in the truck. Has quite a bit of adjustment yet. So I think we'll get a little bit of drop in this and we'll be pretty close. Currently, if we hooked up to the truck, the height is roughly 49 inches. We're at 51, so I think around 2 inches, maybe a little less. It's gonna be pretty close to level, putting it right where the Rhino box was. So I'll just go ahead and tighten these up. So the torque spec on these bolts is 120. I have about 18-inch bar here, so that's about, you know, tight as tight basically. So it's about 120 foot-pounds, so that's all you need to do to install this hitch. I guess let us know if you have any questions and we can try to answer them. Thank you.